why have I got pain in my middle back between my shoulder blades? This is a common question that we get asked here. And essentially it can be a number of things, but generally speaking, most of the things it can be, if we're talking about biomechanical causes, are all really interrelated. Generally speaking, it's going to be a consequence of poor posture in some way, shape or form. Now, first and foremost, it could be that your shoulders are rounded, and what that does is that puts a tension across this section of your back. Your shoulder blades will be here and here, okay? Puts a tension, so your muscles are constantly pulling on their attachments, basically next to the spine, and they're very tired. The second thing it could be is that actually those same muscles there, if your head is over the top of your shoulder, it's nice and balanced. A lot of people slouch when they're in front of the computer, so the head goes forwards. That puts a tension through this section of the back and can also cause further pain here, where those muscles are working extra hard to hold that head from falling forwards, okay? So bringing the head back over the top of the shoulders, and the shoulders back would be one surefire way to at least make a step to actually improving and reducing that discomfort in the middle back. Then you get into the more long-term chronic consequences, and that is when the posture is rather bad over a period of time. You start to get inflammation in and around the neck joints. It could be the little joints on the back of the spine. It could be the discs on the front, and inflammation builds up in the neck. Now, this section of the neck here can refer pain down to this middle back area. And commonly you see patients where if they actually just move the neck around in certain directions, it reproduces the pain here. Now, that's a very strong indication that there's something going on in the neck. If that's the case, you need to really take it a little bit more seriously, because problems have actually moved beyond this area locally where you're feeling the pain, and it's something higher up that's actually causing the pain, and that normally indicates chronicity. It's something that you really should get checked out. Now, seeing someone like an osteopath or a chiropractor is going to be advisable, because they understand this section of your spine a lot better than more or less everybody else, and they'll be able to give you the right treatment, the right education, along the lines of some of the stuff I've already mentioned about your posture, keeping your head up. But also the more important thing at that stage is actually doing some treatment to this section of your spine to help alleviate the inflammation, reduce the level of damage, and increase the healing in this section of your spine, so that it's not referring pain back to this middle back. Once you've done that, the correct advice should be to bring your head back over your shoulders, to keep your shoulders back, and potentially do some strength training and stretching to basically strengthen up these muscles here so they're more balanced, to loosen up the muscles on the front of your chest and the front of the neck here, which are basically rounding everything forwards. They will need some work as well. And if you do those things, then you'll significantly reduce the discomfort in the middle section of your back. But do be mindful, the first time you try and go into the office and sit up all day, nice and in good posture at your desk, you're going to get a bit of discomfort in the back, because those muscles will be working harder than they're used to doing. And also, they're probably pretty weak. You're not using them a lot. You see most people in the gym, even when they train without pain, have very, very poor development of these back muscles, because you can't see them, so you don't really train them. So do just be aware that when you do start trying to take your posture into account and sitting up properly, it will likely be a bit uncomfortable, but that's something that you do want to try and push through. But of course, speak to your practitioner just to make sure it is the right thing for you.